Hello, ladies and gentlemen. For Week 7 Top versus Bot, it is, of course, Commissioner Trufflesaurus. Joining me today, as always, is former Commissioner Sig. How you doing today, Sig?
I am very well. I'm very well. I'm pumped to do this, ready to get this going.
Awesome. Well, speaking of getting it going, let's go ahead and jump into our first slide of the day, which is what's BK going to do during their bye week? Are they going to relax or freak out about their standings? Man, that hammock looks so good.
I think short of a medical experiment, maybe some different drug testing, you're not going to find 5 people with their sphincters clenched any more than what is Blitzkrieg this upcoming Sunday.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you on that one. I would be terrified if I was them. For our viewers at home, if you're not aware, if everything goes terribly for Blitzkrieg, they can actually be eliminated from playoffs on their bye week without any say in the matter. It requires a couple like 1-1s or something. I can't remember the details exactly, but I'm gonna have to go with Bot freak out about the standings.
Oh yeah, most definitely. But I don't know if it would be possible to relax. As someone that has experienced marriage and been there during the birth of a child, this is by and large more panic inducing.
I That is a level of life wisdom there that I don't think anyone is more capable of saying. Anyways, moving on to the next slide, we got more surprising: Afrika Freaks getting 3-0 or 0-3 whatever by Cloud9. And that Korea is completely knocked out of the worlds, or that Darien isn't on a tank, but was instead, in fact, on Aatrox.
As a C9 fan, C9 win. Aatrox with Darian, definitely the bigger surprise. The man's probably the only thing more tankier than Darian is probably like a Sherman. So this was a big surprise. Darian, keep showing us these picks. We love them. Thank you. It was definitely more surprising. So I'm gonna say bot.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of C9, but I'm also a big fan of Darien. I love seeing him on tanks, but I gotta say that Aatrox performance was actually solid. There was a period in time where he was probably the best off on the team, just based on how the matchups worked out in practice in that game, and I thought he slayed on Aatrox. So I'm gonna go bot Aatrox as well. Although shout out to my boys C9.
Yes, please, always. Everybody, this upcoming weekend, give them your energy. Much appreciated. Which takes us on to the next thing. Next slide. Hard to grasp: nuclear astrophysics or the LCUS playoff standings. Um, if someone held a gun to my head and said, "Sig, tell me about the nine lives playoff possibilities," I would just pull the trigger for it. It is a beyond me. I'm glad we have some intelligent people to take care of this. It is super complicated. I mean, at least with nuclear astrophysics, there's a known universe to explore. Uh, definitely not as difficult as the LCUS playoff standings.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you. My friend Gregosaurus, who is on Nine Lives, did did a lot of analysis, and I had no idea, and he was the one telling me.
Well, keep doing that mission, Gregosaurus. It's God's work. Keeping the plebs like like Truffle and I in the know. So thank you, and thank you to our stats team week in and week out who are doing a great job on our Facebook. Please check that out, folks. Not as difficult to follow along because of the great presentation strategies that they use. So check us out. We got some good info there.
Perfect. Let's move on to the next one, which is who will end up in first place. Nine lives or option 12. Now, I gotta say, I love this slide because right away it just call out your friends. Which one do you love less? And actually say, which one do you love less?
Um, this is by and large probably one of the hardest slides I've ever encountered during the time that we've been on the show together. My heart is telling me nine lives, but my brain is telling me option 12. And I'm gonna go with my heart. Nine lives. I definitely think that they have a strong potential to end up in first place. They're definitely the underdog here. So Everybody likes seeing underdog win. Non-lives, I'm in your corner.
I I agree with you. I'm so torn too here. I mean 9 lives. I've got some good friends on that team, but option 12 I got some good friends too. And you know what? Throwing friendships out the windows, just taking a look at who's going to end up in first place. I think I'm going to give it to option 12 here. Currently 1 point ahead of 9 lives, and I expect that there'll probably be a 1-1, meaning that I think 9 lives will end up in second place.
Well, we'll have to see. It's definitely a nail biter, and I'm excited to see how it plays out.
Oh yeah, I should mention these two teams are playing each other next week. This is the game to watch. Well,
Yeah.
actually, all 3 games are games to watch. You know what? I'm gonna do a little plug here. Phoenix, if they 2-0 and White Wolf 2-0s, there's a tiebreaker rule, and I think it goes to White Wolf. So if Phoenix 1-1s and White Wolf 1-1, same story. But if Phoenix 2-0s and White Wolf 1-1s, that like determines a whole thing too. So every single game has implications. But this first place match to me is going to be amazing to watch.
Oh yeah. Very. This very well could be a preview to what to expect in finals. So I'm excited for it.
Speaking of things I'm excited for, what's more important between games? Back in 5 minutes, bathroom break in progress, or a water break? Okay, so it's definitely the break between games. I think both are pretty important aspects. But which one's more important?
As a prior World of Warcraft player, and as someone that has been in the league scene for a while, I know the importance of staying hydrated. Uh, so because of that, I'm gonna say the water break. Now, I only drink flavored liquids as I have a very delicate palate. It's very difficult to quench the thirst that Sig has, but uh, a water break is highly valued. Players, please stay hydrated. We don't want anybody to get sick, go to the hospital. This can be very taxing. So get your water.
I think a water break is very critical. Sig, everything that you've said is correct. However, behind every great water break is a great bathroom break, and I'm leaning towards bathroom break on this one.
As being one of the two humans that I and Kim Jong Il, who have never used the restroom, uh, I wouldn't know. I only intake liquids. I don't know where they go.
Uh, I guess this is something I've learned today. Probably too much information, but you know what, Sig? I thank you for sharing.
Well, speaking of sharing, let's break it down to our last slide. We are looking at what will Gale Force and Northern Storm do? Is it
Cheese versus upset the standings, I think, is.
um?
Um, hmm.
There's a lot of ethical implications to the cheese. I know that I, as a player, will be doing everything I can to perform well in my matchup versus Phoenix as a Northern Storm player. So I hope to upset the standings. That is nothing against Phoenix. I love watching their games, but I really hope I ruin your day. Uh, I mean, I'm always cheesing. So,
Yeah, I. It's nice to be cheesy, right? I forget how that goes, but. um, um, I don't know. Upset. Yeah, I'm gonna throw some love towards Gale Force and Northern Storm. I honestly think Sig, you yourself, as well as your whole team, and Gale Force as well, have played some good league. You guys have absolutely learned and grown as teams, and I totally think that it's very possible that both these teams are able to affect the standings here. I mean, you know, what we're arguing about, or not we're arguing, but the standings in question here are whether or not a team or two gets into playoffs. So I absolutely think these teams can take a game off, maybe even 2-0 some of the teams. I think it could happen. So I'm going to go bot, upset the standings.
most definitely. Nine lives, option 12, super contentious match to watch. But this is arguing who's going to be the top. We're arguing for existence in the Gale Force and Northern Storm matches. So please join us this upcoming Sunday. It's 5:30 Central Time, 6:30 Eastern Time for exciting night of play. We're going to have great players, great casting, great time. So please join us. Comment in Twitch chat. Tell them Sig sent you. And as always, this episode of Top V Bot is brought to you by The Simple Soyman. The Simple Soyman has been bringing handcrafted soy and health foods to the Midwest for over 35 years. Find their products in the greater Milwaukee, Madison, and Chicago area. Or visit them online, simplesoyman.com, for a full list of stores. I really hope that you guys will join us. Check out the Simple Soyman. They've been a wonderful sponsor of this split. We're very appreciative. Truffle, anything you want to throw in before we end?
All I want to add is that I cannot wait to see these games, and I know no one's going to miss it because these games are going to be hype.
Oh, yeah. Everybody have a pleasant day.